Daniel chapter 12, verses 1 to 4. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. The Bible prophesies that in the end times, knowledge shall be increased. Observing our contemporary world, it's clear that this prophecy is coming to fruition like no other time. The exponential increase in knowledge is evident in the technological advancements we now take for granted. Consider the smartphone, a device so integral to daily life that its absence seems unfathomable. Yet, not too long ago, smartphones didn't exist. Similarly, GPS navigation systems have replaced paper maps, revolutionizing how we navigate the world. We are living in an era where knowledge is not just increasing steadily, but at a phenomenal, exponential rate. This rapid evolution of technology is terrifying, especially as we enter the realm of artificial intelligence. AI has advanced to the point where it can produce videos that look so real, it's impossible to tell if they're fake. Artificial intelligence can generate videos that are indistinguishable from real ones. It can also duplicate anyone's voice with remarkable accuracy. Because of these advancements, we're approaching a time where you cannot trust what you see with your eyes or hear with your ears. As AI continues to develop, we are fast approaching a time where the lines between reality and artificial creation blur, creating a world where trust in our senses could become obsolete. Imagine the implications of this in the next decade alone. The potential for AI to reshape our perceptions and realities is immense and, some might argue, even apocalyptic. This brings us to Ray Kurzweil, a name synonymous with futurism and the exponential growth of technology. Kurzweil is a renowned inventor, author, and futurist whose predictions about technology have been astonishingly accurate over the decades. He foresaw the advent of the iPhone era and predicted that a computer would defeat a human in chess by 1998, both of which came true. Ray Kurzweil is an accredited individual in this realm of AI. Kurzweil's insights are not to be taken lightly, especially when considering his latest predictions. In his new book, The Singularity is Nearer, Kurzweil makes several startling forecasts. He predicts that by 2045, humans will merge with AI, becoming immortal cyborgs. This concept, known as the singularity, suggests that AI will eventually surpass human intelligence, fundamentally altering human existence. Kurzweil envisions a future where nanotechnology will enable us to expand our brains with virtual neurons in the cloud, merging human and artificial intelligence in a profound way. These advancements, he argues, represent the most exciting period in human history. One of Kurzweil's more controversial predictions is the possibility of resurrecting loved ones using AI. He believes that by the end of the 2020s, it will be feasible to create highly realistic simulations of deceased individuals, initially as digital recreations and eventually as living bodies. Kurzweil's vision of the future also includes the dramatic enhancement of human intelligence. He predicts that in the years following 2029, humans will be able to connect their neocortexes to the cloud, amplifying our cognitive abilities millions of times over. This direct integration with machines will transform AI from a competitor to an extension of ourselves, blurring the boundaries between human and machine. The concept of achieving immortality by 2030 is another of Kurzweil's bold claims. He believes that advances in AI and biotechnology will enable us to reach escape velocity for immortality, where medical advancements extend life faster than aging can take it away. This will be supported by rapid clinical trials conducted by AI biological simulators, leading to breakthroughs in drugs and longevity treatments. Kurzweil also foresees a future where life becomes cheaper and easier due to technological advancements. Robots will be capable of building skyscrapers rapidly with the help of 3D printers, reducing construction costs. AI-driven breakthroughs in photovoltaics will make solar power more affordable, and advances in robotic extraction will lower the costs of mining raw materials. By the 2030, Kurzweil predicts, living a luxurious lifestyle will be relatively inexpensive. In the realm of entertainment, Kurzweil envisions a future where nanotechnology enhances our brains, allowing us to experience every thought and emotion of another person. This level of interconnectedness will revolutionize how we consume and create entertainment, making it an immersive and shared experience. As we contemplate Kurzweil's predictions and the rapid advancements in AI, it's essential to consider the broader implications. The merging of humans and AI raises profound questions about identity, autonomy, and the essence of humanity. It also brings to mind biblical prophecies about the end times and the rise of the Antichrist. Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 to 18. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand, or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. As we marvel at these advancements, we must also recognize the darker implications, particularly the integration of artificial intelligence, AI, with surveillance systems. This union is ushering in a level of control eerily reminiscent of Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 to 18, where the Bible describes the ultimate control exerted by the Antichrist. The pervasive nature of modern surveillance. In today's world, surveillance has become universal. Cameras are everywhere, in public spaces, workplaces, and even in our homes. These systems are no longer passive recorders, but active analyzers of information thanks to AI. AI has enhanced surveillance capabilities, making it possible to monitor, analyze, and even predict human behavior in real time. This technological evolution is setting the stage for a level of control that humanity has never seen before. AI-powered surveillance systems can now perform behavior analysis and anomaly detection with remarkable accuracy. These systems can track and analyze human movements, identifying patterns and detecting deviations that may indicate potential threats or suspicious activities. Imagine walking down the street, and every step you take is being monitored and analyzed. If you deviate from the norm, perhaps by acting nervously or appearing anxious, these systems can flag you as a person of interest. This level of scrutiny can easily be exploited by the Antichrist system regime, paving the way for unprecedented control over individuals. We are seeing the formation of the system of the Antichrist. Emotion detection, the eyes of the system. Another chilling advancement in AI surveillance is emotion detection. Modern systems can recognize not only faces, but also the emotions and expressions of individuals. This technology adds a new layer of analysis, allowing AI to determine not just who you are, but how you feel. Picture a scenario where someone without the mark of the beast is nervously walking down the street. Cameras equipped with emotion detection can pick up on their anxiety, potentially leading to their identification and persecution. This capability brings to mind Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 to 18, where the level of control described could easily be facilitated by such intrusive technology. Autonomous drones, the eyes in the sky. AI has also revolutionized drone technology. Autonomous drones can now patrol areas without human intervention, providing continuous aerial surveillance. These drones can cover vast areas, capturing high-resolution images and videos, and can even follow individuals, ensuring that no one can escape their watchful eyes. The integration of AI with drones represents a significant leap in surveillance technology, contributing to a world where privacy is virtually non-existent. Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 to 18 speaks of a time when the Antichrist will exert complete control over humanity. The level of control described in these verses is unparalleled, and the integration of AI with surveillance systems is bringing this prophecy closer to reality. The Bible describes the Great Tribulation as a period of immense suffering and distress, a time of unparalleled calamity in human history. Jesus warned in Matthew chapter 24, verse 22, "And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." This passage underscores the severity of the tribulation, a time unlike any other in human history. Luke chapter 22, verse 26 adds, "Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken." The Great Tribulation will be marked by catastrophic events, including the decimation of vast portions of the population. Revelation chapter 8, verses 7 to 12 describes a series of judgments where a third of the earth, trees, and grass are burned up. A third of the sea turns to blood. A third of the living creatures in the sea die, and a third of the ships are destroyed. Revelation chapter 9, verses 15 to 18 further details the release of 4 angels bound at the great river Euphrates, who are prepared to kill a third of mankind. These events paint a picture of unimaginable devastation and loss. This period will also see the rise of demonic forces, as described in Revelation 9, where locusts with the power to torment humans are unleashed from the abyss. The imagery suggests that hell itself spills over into our world, with the gates of hell opened and demonic entities wreaking havoc on the earth. This convergence of divine wrath and demonic activity will create an atmosphere of terror and despair. The unleashing of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse further signifies the beginning of the Great Tribulation. The scope of the Great Tribulation's horrors is emphasized in Revelation 6:8, where it is said that the 4th horseman is given power over a fourth of the earth to kill with sword, famine, plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth. The prophet Jeremiah also forewarned of this time of unparalleled distress in Jeremiah 36:7. "Ask now, and see, can a man bear a child? Why then do I see every man with his hands on his stomach like a woman in labor? Why has every face turned pale? Alas, that day is so great there is none like it. It is a time of distress for Jacob, yet he shall be saved out of it." This vivid imagery of men in labor symbolizes the unprecedented suffering and anguish that will characterize the Great Tribulation, a time often referred to as Jacob's trouble. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1 also speaks of this time. "There shall be a time of trouble, such as never was, since there was a nation even to that same time." The cumulative effect of these descriptions is to convey that the Great Tribulation will be a period of suffering so intense and widespread that it will dwarf all previous calamities and wars. The Great Tribulation will indeed be the darkest time in all of history. It will be a time where the full wrath of God is unleashed upon a rebellious world, and where the powers of darkness are allowed to wreak unprecedented havoc. The combination of divine judgments, demonic activity, and the unchecked evil of humanity will create a period of suffering and distress that the world has never seen and will never see again. As believers, it is crucial to understand the gravity of this period and to remain steadfast in faith, knowing that ultimately, God's justice and sovereignty will prevail. We grossly underestimate the Great Tribulation. Our human minds cannot even begin to conceive the things that will unfold during this time. These verses use intense imagery to describe a period of severe distress, often referred to as Jacob's trouble. In the historical context, these verses refer to the Babylonian invasion and the subsequent exile of the people of Judah. The metaphor of men in labor highlights the unprecedented nature of the suffering. In the eschatological context, many interpreters see a dual fulfillment in this passage. The immediate fulfillment points to the Babylonian exile, while the future fulfillment suggests a period of unprecedented distress, often associated with the Great Tribulation described in other prophetic and apocalyptic literature in the Bible. As we observe the rapid advancements in artificial intelligence, AI, and listen to predictions from futurists like Ray Kurzweil, it becomes increasingly apparent that we are living in unprecedented times. Kurzweil, a renowned inventor and futurist, has accurately forecasted significant technological breakthroughs in the past. His predictions about AI suggest a future where machines surpass human intelligence and even become integrated with us. These concepts might seem like science fiction, but the trajectory of technological progress indicates that such scenarios could become reality sooner than we think. Kurzweil's predictions are not the ramblings of a dreamer, but are based on his profound understanding of technology's exponential growth. Known for his role at Google as a director of engineering, Kurzweil has been a prominent voice in technology forecasting for decades. He accurately predicted the rise of the internet, the proliferation of smartphones, and the ability of computers to beat human champions in chess. These achievements lend significant credibility to his forecasts about the future of AI. Beyond technological advancements, we are witnessing the fulfillment of other biblical prophecies. Jesus described the beginning of sorrows in Matthew chapter 24, verses 6 to 8, where he said, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows." Today, we see nations rising against nations, and kingdoms against kingdoms with increasing frequency and intensity. Natural disasters, pandemics, and social upheavals are becoming more common and more severe. Furthermore, Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20 warns, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." This verse seems to resonate profoundly with the moral and ethical shifts we are witnessing in society today. Behaviors and beliefs once universally considered wrong are now being celebrated, while those who hold to traditional moral values are often vilified. This inversion of moral standards is another indication that we are moving closer to the times prophesied in the Bible. As we see these signs unfold, it's natural to think, Jesus is coming soon. This belief is not a marketing strategy to sell books or to fill church pews. It is a heartfelt observation and a call to awareness. The purpose of sharing this message is not to provoke fear, but to encourage preparedness and reflection. The urgency of the times prompts a critical question for each of us. Are you ready? Are you ready for the return of Christ? Are you living your life in a way that reflects his teachings and commandments? Are you prepared to meet him should he return today? In Matthew 24, Jesus admonishes us, "Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh." Being ready means living a life of faith, repentance, and obedience. It means loving God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and loving your neighbor as yourself. It means seeking his kingdom and his righteousness above all else. The signs of the times are all around us, urging us to remain vigilant and prepared. Technological advancements, societal changes, and global conflicts all point to the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. While we do not know the exact day or hour, we can see the signs and understand the urgency of the moment. So as you reflect on these observations, I leave you with this crucial question. Are you ready?
In Christian eschatology, one of the most captivating prophecies is the rebuilding of the temple in Jerusalem. This sacred structure, historically a center of worship and reverence, is prophesied to re-emerge as a pivotal player in the end times events. The anticipation surrounding the Third Temple is not just about bricks and mortar. It represents a profound spiritual and prophetic milestone, a key event in God's redemptive plan. The prophecy of the Third Temple is rooted in several biblical texts, notably in Daniel chapter 9 verse 27, Matthew chapter 24 verse 15, and 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 4. Each of these scriptures points to the significance of the temple in the unfolding events of the end times. In Daniel 9 verse 27, we read about a covenant that will be confirmed with many for 1 week. Daniel 9 verse 27, "And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. And in the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease, and for the overspreading of abominations he shall make it desolate, even until the consummation, and that determined shall be poured upon the desolate." The verse indicates that the Antichrist will establish a strong agreement with the people of Israel for a period of 7 years. However, halfway through this period, after 3.5 years, he will put an end to religious rituals and offerings. This act will be associated with abominations, resulting in significant destruction and desolation. This verse indicates the presence of a temple, wherein these pivotal events will take place. Matthew chapter 24 verse 15 echoes this sentiment, where Jesus himself warns of the abomination of desolation spoken of by the prophet Daniel. standing in the holy place. The holy place is widely understood to be the temple, a sacred site that will become the focal point of prophetic fulfillment. Similarly, in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 4, Paul speaks of a man of sin who exalts himself above all that is called God or is worshipped, and he sits in the temple of God, showing himself to be God. This vivid imagery underscores the temple's central role in the unfolding eschatological events. The construction of the third temple, therefore, is seen as a direct fulfillment of these prophecies. It signifies more than just a historical recurrence. It is a prophetic event of immense significance. The reappearance of the temple in Jerusalem is a tangible signpost pointing towards the climax of human history and God's ultimate plan for redemption. The prophetic scriptures in Daniel chapter 9 verse 27, Matthew chapter 24 verse 15, and 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 4 make it abundantly clear that the temple's construction is not a matter of if, but when. However, the realization of this prophecy is fraught with seemingly insurmountable challenges. In today's volatile political climate, the idea of the Jews constructing a new temple is difficult to say the least. The Temple Mount is one of the most contested religious sites in the world, sacred to both Jews and Muslims. The Dome of the Rock, an Islamic shrine, currently stands on the site where the Jewish temple once stood, adding layers of political and religious complexity to any discussion about rebuilding the temple. Yet, eschatological teachings suggest that during the end of days which we are living in, the construction of the temple will indeed come to pass, albeit under extraordinary circumstances. As we draw closer to the fulfillment of this prophecy, it becomes imperative to watch for certain signs and figures. Look for a man who will spearhead the effort to build the temple, a charismatic and influential leader who will rise to prominence on the world stage. This man could be the Antichrist. For the Bible reveals to us in Daniel 9, the Antichrist will initially present himself as a peacemaker and a protector of Israel, garnering widespread support and admiration. However, this man's true nature will soon be revealed. He will exalt himself even to the point of entering the newly built temple and proclaiming himself to be God. This act of unparalleled blasphemy, the abomination of desolation, will mark a turning point in the end times narrative. It is a stark warning, a harbinger of the great tribulation that will follow. The rebuilding of the temple in Jerusalem is not merely a speculative event, it is a cornerstone of prophetic expectation. It serves as a beacon for believers, a reminder of God's sovereignty and the unfolding of His divine plan. As we witness the unfolding events in the Middle East and the growing anticipation of the temple's construction, we must remain vigilant and discerning, ever mindful of the signs that point to the imminent fulfillment of this momentous prophecy. Prophecy 2, the gathering of Israel. The prophecy of the gathering of Israel, as foretold in Isaiah chapter 11 verse 12, speaks of a divine regathering of the Jewish people from the far corners of the earth. This prophecy is not just a historical footnote, but a living, ongoing fulfillment that continues to unfold before our very eyes. In Isaiah chapter 11 verse 12, the prophet declares, "He will raise a banner for the nations and gather the exiles of Israel. He will assemble the scattered people of Judah from the four quarters of the earth." This vision of a reunited Israel is a cornerstone of biblical eschatology, symbolizing the restoration of God's chosen people to their ancestral homeland. The modern state of Israel, established in 1948, is often viewed as a significant fulfillment of this prophecy. After centuries of diaspora, the Jewish people returned to their homeland, reconstituting Israel as a nation. This monumental event came on the heels of the devastating Holocaust and World War II, a time when the Jewish people's need for a homeland was more urgent than ever. The establishment of Israel was not just a geopolitical event, but a profound moment of prophetic significance, echoing the ancient words of Isaiah. Since 1948, waves of immigration known as Aliyah have brought Jews from all corners of the globe back to Israel. This ongoing return is seen as a continued fulfillment of Isaiah's prophecy. Despite the challenges and conflicts that have marked Israel's modern history, the ingathering of the Jewish people has persisted, underscoring the enduring relevance of this biblical promise. In recent years, however, the dynamics of Jewish immigration to Israel have been shifting. Over the last 8 months, the number of Jews immigrating to Israel has significantly decreased compared to previous years. In 2023, the number of immigrants was notably lower, with only 44,372 people moving to Israel in the first 11 months, a sharp decline from 74,714 in 2022. This downturn was influenced by the outbreak of conflict in October 2023, which further reduced immigration numbers during those months. Despite this overall decline, there has been a surge in interest and applications for Aliyah following the outbreak of the conflict. According to the article The Times of Israel, many Jewish people, particularly from Western countries, have shown increased interest in moving to Israel due to rising anti-Semitism and a strong sense of solidarity with Israel during difficult times. This renewed interest is expected to result in higher immigration numbers in the coming months, indicating a continued fulfillment of the prophecy in Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12. As we look to the future, it is essential to recognize the prophetic significance of the ongoing gathering of Israel. This event is not merely a historical curiosity, but a living testament to God's faithfulness and the fulfillment of His promises. The continued return of Jews to Israel is a powerful reminder that God's plans are unfolding in our time, in ways that are both profound and deeply moving. Don't take this lightly, but you and I are living during a time where the Bible is unfolding before our very eyes. Prophecy 3. The role of technology in the last days. We are living in an age of technological advancement like no other. Take, for instance, Elon Musk and his groundbreaking innovations with Neuralink, SpaceX, and Tesla. Neuralink aims to merge the human brain with artificial intelligence, promising a future where humans can interface directly with machines. SpaceX endeavors to make space travel more accessible, while Tesla revolutionizes the automotive industry with electric cars and autonomous driving. As we witness these rapid technological changes, it's clear that technology will play a crucial role in the fulfillment of end-time prophecies. In past generations, many biblical prophecies seemed implausible, but with today's technological advancements, their fulfillment is now within reach. One such prophecy is found in Revelation 11:9, which speaks of the entire world witnessing the dead bodies of the 2 witnesses for 3.5 days. Then those from the peoples, tribes, tongues, and nations will see their dead bodies 3.5 days and not allow their dead bodies to be put into graves. In previous eras, theologians struggled to understand how this could happen. Today, with the invention of broadcasting and the internet, it is entirely possible for people around the globe to see events in real time. The mass media, live streaming, and social media platforms allow for instant worldwide dissemination of information, making it conceivable for this prophecy to be fulfilled exactly as described. This passage, Revelation chapter 11, verses 7 to 10, depicts a scenario that fits perfectly with our technologically connected age. It is easy to envision people incessantly checking news or social media updates on their smartphones, following the story of the 2 witnesses. The global audience will be able to watch live streams and breaking news coverage of these events, bringing the prophecy to life in vivid detail. Another significant aspect of technology in the end times is the infrastructure for the Antichrist's complete control. Revelation chapter 13, verse 7 states, "It was granted to him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and authority was given him over every tribe, tongue, and nation." Modern surveillance technologies, such as facial recognition, drones, and extensive data monitoring, make it possible for a centralized authority to exert unprecedented control over large populations. Governments and corporations can now track individuals' movements and actions in ways that were unimaginable in the past, setting the stage for the kind of authoritarian control prophesied in Revelation. Facial recognition technology, for instance, can identify and track individuals in real time, allowing for continuous monitoring. Drones equipped with cameras and sensors can patrol areas and gather intelligence without human intervention. Extensive data monitoring through internet activity, financial transactions, and communication channels provides a comprehensive overview of people's lives. These technologies enable a level of control and surveillance that aligns eerily well with the biblical description of the Antichrist's reign. In addition to surveillance, advancements in financial technology are paving the way for a cashless society, another component of end-time control. Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 to 17 speaks of the mark of the beast, without which no one can buy or sell. With digital currencies and biometric payment systems becoming more prevalent, the idea of a mark that controls financial transactions is increasingly plausible. These systems could easily be manipulated to enforce the kind of economic control described in the prophecy. Finally, consider the prophecy in Daniel chapter 12, verse 4. But you, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book until the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. We are witnessing an explosion of knowledge and mobility like never before. The internet has democratized information, making knowledge accessible to anyone with a smartphone. Global travel is more common and faster than at any point in history, allowing people to move to and fro across the globe with ease. This increase in knowledge and mobility aligns perfectly with Daniel's vision of the end times. Prophecy 4. The Gospel Preached to All Nations. In Matthew chapter 24, verse 14, Jesus proclaimed, "And this gospel of the kingdom will be proclaimed throughout the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come." This prophecy foretells the widespread dissemination of the gospel to every corner of the globe before the end of days. With the advent of modern technology and communications, the spread of Christianity has reached unprecedented levels. Missionary work, digital evangelism, and Christian broadcasting have made the message of the gospel accessible to nearly every corner of the globe. The prophecy's fulfillment is closely linked to the technological advancements discussed in Prophecy 3. The internet, satellite television, and social media have become powerful tools for evangelism. Platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram allow for the gospel to be shared with millions of people instantaneously. Ministries can now broadcast sermons and teachings live, reaching audiences that were previously inaccessible. This unprecedented reach of the gospel is a testament to the power of modern technology in fulfilling biblical prophecies. However, it is important to note that this prophecy will not be completely fulfilled until the events described in Revelation 14, where 3 angels will proclaim crucial messages to the inhabitants of the earth. When the world is at its worst, on the brink of the end, God will go to extraordinary lengths to ensure that everyone hears the gospel. The Antichrist has risen to his power. His rule is marked by deception and tyranny, with the false prophet at his side, performing great signs to lead astray, if possible, even the elect. They establish a world order that demands allegiance, a system that embodies rebellion against the Creator. This is the moment of humanity's last and most fatal nosedive, as the world hurtles toward the abyss. However, it is precisely at this juncture, the world's darkest hour, that God intervenes in a manner unprecedented in human history. Never before has God done what he does in the 14th chapter of the book of Revelation. Never before has God gone to such extraordinary lengths. in an extraordinary act of mercy and sovereignty, he dispatches 3 angels with messages of critical importance. These angels will literally fly across the skies, communicating the gospel to each nation in their own languages. Revelation chapter 14 verse 6 to 11 describes these 3 angels and their messages. The first angel, Revelation chapter 14 verse 6 to 7. Then I saw another angel flying in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach to those who dwell on the earth, to every nation, tribe, tongue, and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment has come, and worship him who made heaven and earth, the sea, and springs of water. The first angel's message is the proclamation of the everlasting gospel to the entire world. This fulfills the prophecy of Matthew chapter 24 verse 14, which states, And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world as a witness to all the nations, and then the end will come. The angel calls for the fear of God, giving glory to him and worshipping the Creator, emphasizing the urgency of the hour of God's judgment. This global proclamation aligns perfectly with the prophecy in Matthew, highlighting the universal reach of the gospel message in the last days. The second angel. And another angel followed, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she has made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Revelation chapter 14 verse 8. The second angel announces the fall of Babylon, a symbol of corrupt systems and powers that oppose God. This message serves as a warning to humanity about the impending judgment on these corrupt entities, urging people to turn away from them and towards God. The third angel. Then a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If anyone worships the beast and his image, and receives his mark on his forehead or on his hand, he himself shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out full strength into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Revelation chapter 14 verses 9 to 10. The third angel delivers a dire warning against worshipping the beast and receiving his mark. This message emphasizes the eternal consequences of aligning with the forces of evil, urging people to choose sides with God rather than the Antichrist. These 3 angels play crucial roles in the eschatological narrative. Their messages ensure that the gospel and the call to worship the true God reach every corner of the earth, fulfilling the prophecy of global evangelism. They also declare the impending judgment and the downfall of corrupt systems, providing a final, urgent warning to humanity. In conclusion, the prophecy of the gospel being preached to all nations is being fulfilled through the use of modern technology and communications. Yet, its ultimate fulfillment will occur during the end times, when God will send 3 angels to ensure that every person hears the gospel.